Hey guys, several years ago I made a set of videos which I will be reposting on this channel. My old YouTube account was prior to Google's buying of it, or at least they didn't require a Google password, and I had one of the old Yahoo passwords. And the Yahoo company was just miserable at getting hacked, and they forced us to change our passwords every other who knows when. And I hadn't gone out to the channel in a few years, went back to the old email, can't remember the stupid password. So essentially the channel's going to either get deleted or warped out in the next year or so per Google's new terms and conditions. So I can't log into the old account, therefore I can't get back into my old YouTube. So what I'm going to do is recondition the videos. If there's music in there that I think might be copyrighted, then I'll go ahead and upgrade it with my own. I have the following is going to be a Mexican tamale video. So if you ever wanted to know how to make tamales, super easy, super simple, just takes I don't know, it's not any harder than making lasagna, you know. So anyway, enjoy this video, and I'll try to put a small introduction onto each of the videos as I repost them. All right, you guys take care, and thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, you know the drill. Bye.
So I got sick and tired of hearing everybody say, "Oh, that's a lot of work. I don't like making tamales because it's so much work." You know what? It's only hard work if you're lazy or stupid. So I'm going to show you the lazy, stupid way, and then forevermore you'll say, "Boy, that was really easy." Okay, so we need to do only 5 things. Can you do that, right? Soak the corn husks, make the masa, make the filling, build the tamal, and then steam it. Boy, that was really tough. That's so much work. Step 1, soaking the corn husks. You know what? Get a pan or even your sink, put some hot water in it, throw the corn husks in it. Go ahead and weigh it down with a plate or whatever you need to, and let it sit there for an hour or so. All you're going to do is rehydrate it to make them pliable so they don't snap and break. Okay? Boy, again, tough, 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 tough.
But Vinny, you said this was a flick about tamales. What are we doing, pizza, huh?
Well, you know, this is the stupid way to make them. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to make a tamale out of pizza ingredients. All right? It doesn't get any crazier than that. And if you can do it with pizza ingredients, hello, you can do it with anything else. Okay, step 2 is the masa. You need 4 things. You need the masa itself, which is a dough made out of ground corn. You need some kind of fat. You need salt. And you need baking powder. Now, if you don't live right down the street from a place that makes this masa like I do, I mean, I walk next door, I pay 4 pesos, 50 centavos, and I can come home with 500 grams of the stuff. If you need to go to the store and buy maseca, go ahead, follow the directions on the back of the package for tamale making. All right, fats. Since I'm making a pizza tamale, I decided on olive oil. All right, some of the other ones use lard and this and that. Doesn't matter. Salt is for the flavor, and you want to make sure that you taste the masa when you make it. It won't kill you. It's not going to hurt you. But you do want to make sure your salt's right. And then baking powder. Let me just tell you, if you don't use this, you're going to come up with a piece of gummy gook. You're not going to like it. Easy. Okay, so here's a breakdown in the ingredients for the masa. You need 500 grams of masa, about 2 cups. It's a little more than a pound. 1/2 cup of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so you ever make a cake? Here's how it works. Take the oil, pour it into a bowl, get yourself a hand mixer, and break up half the quantity of masa into the oil. Start beating it with a blender. After about a minute or so, you're going to have that consistency right there. Alrighty, what you're going to do is, and I'm going to get to the sauce part, but you're going to go ahead and add a little bit of the sauce that I'm going to show you how to make. and about half the sauce and about half the rest of the masa. So, about a quarter pound more and half of the sauce. Alrighty, when it's all done and everything's said and done, you're going to have this kind of consistency. I do not want to see putty. You make putty, well, no wonder it's hard work. You're working with plaster of Paris, for crying out loud. And I don't want to see soup either. I want a nice batter. Oh, that's just beautiful. Look at that. It's going to spread easy, and when it cooks up, it's going to be nice and moist. Okay, you ever made tomato sauce before? Piece of cake. Boil 1 tomato, cored, of course, for about 10 minutes. Get it nice and soft. You're going to need about 3 basil leaves, a little bit of garlic powder, and some salt. All right? Throw the tomato, the garlic powder, the salt, and basil into a little bowl and use a brawn or a rival and just beat it up till it looks like a sauce. That's it. Taste it for salt, and you're done. That's what you use to add into the masa. Look back a little bit in the video next time and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, let's recap. So far, we have done our husks. We have our masa, which we mixed our sauce into and got that beautiful consistency. And we finished our sauce. Now we got to put it together. Come on, you can't seriously be panicking right now. Tell me that's a lot of work. What did you do? You threw some corn husks in the sink. You whipped together some quick tomato sauce, and I showed you how to throw a cake together. What? 3 things. So far, that whole process that I showed you took me no more than 10 minutes. Well, the tomato took 10 minutes and the corn husk for an hour, but yeah, that's all pre-work. I mean, give me a break. I mean, if you're making bread, you got to let it rise anyway. Okay, so all we have left to do is pull our ingredients that we're going to use. Now, I decided to use pepperoni and mozzarella cheese. So I grabbed 2 slices of pepperoni for each of the tamales I thought I would make. I knew I was going to make about 12, so I took 24 slices of pepperoni, cut them into quarters, and I got myself about 200 grams of mozzarella cheese. Now watch the magic. Give me a break. This is easy. Okay, so have you ever made lasagna? You set everything up together in a line. This is easier than making lasagna. Look, I just smeared a little bit of masa on the corn husk, and I'm taking about, eight little corners of the pepperoni, and I'm throwing some mozzarella cheese in there. I'm going to push it together. Look, I even had trouble with this wrapper. Fold it around, bend the end up. 30 seconds. Hello? That is the easiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay, so I'm gonna slow you in slow motion.
Look, you know what? It's easy. I smeared a little bit of stuff, the masa, on the corn husk. I'm grabbing a couple of pieces of the pepperoni, putting it in there. I mean, even if you went this slow, it's going to take you, 30, 40 seconds. Little bit of cheese. Throw it on there. Right? There we go. Fold it together. See how the corn kind of came together? The masa came together. And then I'm just... And it folds itself because the corn husk kind of has an end there. And you just bend it up, and you're done. Guys, 12 of them, 30 seconds, 6 minutes. Oh, it's so hard to make tamales. Well, gosh, it's so hard to make tamales. Well, look, is it that hard? I don't think so. Well, you have to tie them and everything. What are you tying them for? That's a waste of time. Wrap them up, bend the end under, and kind of set them in the little deal there. I got this little steamer, and I kind of lay them around in kind of a fall-over pattern there. You don't have to do anything. Look, your masa's not soup, so it's not going to goop out. And it's not plaster of Paris, so, I mean, you're not going to be able to kill anybody with them either. All right? So, you know what? Throw them in your little steamer there, and I'll show you the contraption I use, and you steam them for an hour. Turn off the heat after an hour and let them sit there an additional 20 minutes. Done. Wow, that was so hard. I hate making tamales. Okay, so what I use for a steamer. Don't hurt yourself. I got a little electric coil set up there, like a little electric stove. I put a 2-liter saucepan underneath, fill it up with about 2 inches of water. That's all you're going to need for the hour cooking. Then I set my steamer. What? You put vegetables in or you put tamales in there. Great. I cover it with a Pyrex dome, one of those, the same bowl I used to make the masa. I just wash it out, and I go ahead and lay it over the top of the tamales. Not a hard thing to do. Just, once the water starts boiling, that's when you start your hour. If you want to start preheating the water while you're making the tamales, remember the 6 minutes? Do that. It'll save you even more time. From the time I started to the time here and turned off and pulled them out onto a plate, exactly 2 hours. Okay, so here's the finished tamal. And you're going to notice the husk pulled away nicely. You have real good surrounding masa, and you can see the pepperoni and cheese on the inside. I don't know. It's not that hard of work, seriously. It takes 2 hours total time. Most of it's inactive. I mean, an hour of it's inactive. The rest of it ought to be fun. I just think about it as occupational therapy. I mean, you guys are always going to Dr. Phil and everybody else. Well, I need to tell you, you need to make tamales, and that's all there is to it. Use it as occupational therapy, whatever. All right, I'm going to finish the video here with a little bit of music and give you all the ingredients and everything that I might have left out. All right, let me know how things went for you. I hope it worked out. Bye.